So, according to Jim Ross on his podcast, he was not asked to be interviewed for this documentary. So, this is what he said on his podcast. It all depends on how much involvement in a production sense that Vince is going to have on the project. Look, he's a controversial guy, and this is a hell of a story. I can tell you Bill Simmons is really talented. His 30 for 30s, all the other things he's accomplished are significant. Tiger King made money and it worked. I'm anxious to see how much in depth on the production side, the storytelling side, the screenwriting side that Vince is going to have in this thing. He can make it or break it. There's always a way to end at the end to make a guy hold to some degree. I expect that to happen here. But boy, what a hell of a story. I mean, if you're a storyteller like Simmons and the other cat, you hit storytelling gold because you can't write this stuff. It just doesn't seem feasible, but it is. It's real. How real it stays and how accurate the storytelling is will be everything about the success of this. Our beloved wrestling fans will know this story as well as the storytellers. I'm excited to see it. I'll be sure as hell watching it. I'm intrigued by it. There was a point in time where I never thought it would occur. I never thought it would make air, but we were wrong on that one. So then he was asked about being interviewed. So no, I wasn't interviewed for it. He didn't say he wasn't interviewed for it. That was in brackets, but he meant that. He said, yeah, I was also surprised by that too. What are you afraid of? What's ours to be afraid of? Why wouldn't you interview me? And then finally, down at the line, concluding, no one closer to Vince than me at certain times in my tenure, right hand man type material. I never got a call. Maybe they didn't feel like I was viable enough to follow up. I would have been happy to do an interview if I had been approached, but that didn't occur. And I'm not sure why, because I know every secret, every corner, the whole 9 yards. My feelings aren't hurt because I wasn't involved in it. Might be better that I wasn't, just because it would be easier to watch. A lot of us hate seeing ourselves on television. So that's from Inside the Ropes Wrestling. They put that transcript together. So this is weird to me because it is true. I mean, look, I don't even know the full story as to what happened with JR and why he's in AEW and how that all broke down. But the one thing is for sure is that for his entire time in WWE, even though he was an announcer on TV, he was far more than that to the company. I mean, he was a big, big part of the company and a big, big part of Vince McMahon. He knows the guy better than most people would. And so I don't know why necessarily he wasn't interviewed, and we'll see where that comes, why that was the case, or maybe they just figured they didn't want to bring him in because he had, if there's bad blood in a way between two people, maybe they figure if we bring him in, well, that's just going to be one side of the story. I don't know exactly why that is, but I cannot wait for this documentary. It's going to be interesting to see. And according to, basically the reports, we know that WWE doesn't have any kind of control over this, right? This is something that is being done. If they did at one point, that control went away once the allegations came out because they didn't want to be associated with that, right? They didn't want to look like they were covering something up or doing anything. So because of that, they're, according to the reports, that's what's going on here. But we'll have to see the final product, and I'll be reading different things about this because I'm sure there's people that know a lot more than I do. So when I see something that's either not true or that might have been WWE doing this or WWE doing that, I want to look and read, and we'll bring that all to you. But we're going to try to be fair because we're going to review each episode. We're going to be fair about it. We're going to look at them, and we're just hopefully everyone can enjoy the history of WWE. And then at the end, I guess I think they said the last few episodes or the last episode is going to be the super serious allegations that Vince is facing. I'm not sure if they're going to kind of touch on those allegations in the timeline as well, because some of them go back far. So I'm not sure if they're going to be interjected in between these things, or they're just going to say, look, we're going to do the story of WWE, all of these type of things, and then these other allegations are coming at the end in one video so you understand what's going on. But we will see. So thank you all for watching, and we'll see you next time.